Good day, sir. This is the report of Group 2 about the local planning structure. The local planning structure is composed of political and technical components. The political components comprises mainly the local sanggunian and the LDC, which means Local Development Council. These two bodies lay down policy guidelines and take decisions regarding the direction, character, and objective of local development. Okay, what is local planning structure? Planning is supposed to be an integral function of governance. So planning is very important, especially when we are doing or making a policy, a decision, or even activities. In the first place, planning is very important be, because before we need to make an action, we need to have a planning first. As such, it should not be regarded as an activity reserved for a particular office or unit of the local government bureaucracy. The LGU has an embedded planning function. That means that the entire organizational structure of the local government itself, including the legislative and executive branches, constitute the proper structure for local planning, and it have both essential character of planning such as policy making and a problem solving activity. Moreover, planning should not be seen as a purely technical process in which only the technically equipped can participate. In fact, there is now a change in the way planning should be understood. That is, from a view of planning as basically technical to one that is essentially political, and it will be changed in the composition of the Local Development Council under the earlier Local Government Code of 1983, Batas Pambansa 337. The LDC was composed of the mayor or governor as head, and heads of offices and departments of the local government unit as member. Furthermore, planning is everybody's business. If the ultimate purpose of planning is to protect the common good or to promote the general welfare, then every inhabitant in the LGU territory has a stake in the process, in the product of, in the outcome of planning. Governance, after all, it is much more than the concern of government. It embraces the concern of both government and non-government sectors. So, overall, planning is very important and essential to all the aspect, especially, for example, in business, in our, or even in our daily lives. So next is components of the local planning structure. Under the political, there are local sanggunian, local development council, congressman's representative, and civil society organization. In technical, there have a local planning and development office, LGU department heads, local special bodies, LDC sectoral or functional committees, NGA office, chiefs in the locality, and private sector representatives. So, political component. The comprises mainly the local sanggunian and the LDC. These two bodies lay down policy guidelines and take decision regarding the direction, character, and objective of local development. So, political component is the making policy body that defines the content and direction of local government. Its principal function is to deliberate, to make decision, or lay down policies. Next is technical component. Consists of non-elective officials of LGU, heads of national agencies operating in the area, and non-government sectors. The Local Planning and Development Coordinator or LPDC serve as the technical arm and head of the LDC Secretariat and consultant on call. Technical component supplies the technical or content in the process of local planning. It generally has no decision-making powers. Function of local planning structure. The institutional structure of local planning and development is spelled out in Title 6, Section 106 to 115 of the Local Government Code. The principal function of this planning structure is to initiate the formulation of the comprehensive multi-sectoral development plan for approval by the provincial, city, municipal, or barangay level legislative council. The composition, function, relationships, activities, and other detail about the Local Development Council or the LDC as the planning body of each LGUR. First is the LDC in plenary, then going to executive committee, then secretariat, then down to sectoral or functional committees that composed of social, economic, infrastructure, environment and natural resources, and the institutional. Primary function of Local Development Council is to formulate function, plans, and policies, formulate public investment programs, appraise and prioritize programs and projects, formulate investment incentives, and coordinate, monitor, and evaluate implementation of development programs and projects. So, yung mga under sa Local Development Council is yung mga mayors, governors, and congressman. Sila yung nag-formulate ng mga plano or policies na intended sa isang municipalities, cities, or within sa local. Next is the Barangay Development Council. Function is mobilize people's participation in local development function, prepare barangay development plans, and monitor and evaluate implementation of national or local programs and projects. So the function of Barangay Development Council is to mobilize people within in one barangay only. Kung saan sila naka-assign yung barangay chairman is intended lang yun siya sa isang barangay. Then the budget of their programs is lesser than compared to the LDC. Then the function of executive committee is to represent the LDC when it is not in session. So, yung executive committee is para siyang representative ng local development council. Kunwari, wala yung mayor. The executive committee is the one who will attend the session or kung sakali mang hindi maka-attend yung mayor. Then, another function of this executive committee is to ensure that the LDC decisions are faithfully carried out and act on matters needing immediate attention by the LDC. So, itong executive committee is parang siya din yung naga-check kung or naga-process kung tama ba yung plans, kung meron silang project. So, the executive committee is para siya yung help para sa kanang kamay ng LDC magawa ng mga plans and policies intended for the community. Then the last function of executive committee is to formulate plans, policies, and program based on the principles and priorities laid out by the LDC. Secretariat. The function of secretariat is to provide technical support to the LDC, document proceeding, prepare reports, and other support function as may be necessary. So, alam naman natin na ang function ng secretary is to record, prepare reports, and to record minutes in every meeting. So, sila yung tagagawa ng mga reports na kinakailangan. Then sila din yung gumagawa ng mga request papers for the project na kailangan ng isang council. Next is the sectoral or functional committee. The function of sectoral and functional committee is first, assist the LDC in the performance of its function. So, ang sectoral or functional committee, from the word functional, sila yung nag-a-assist sa LDC kung paano i-perform ang kanilang plano or programs na intended sa isang community. Then, Next is to provide the LDC with the data and information essential to the formulation of plans, programs, and activities. So, ang Sectoral and Functional Committee, sila din yung parang nagabigay ng data and information kung saan intended ang yung project or programs na kanilang ipapatupad. Third is to define sectoral or functional objectives, set targets, and identify programs, projects, and activities. Collate and analyze data and conduct studies. Conduct public hearings on sectoral planning, projects, and activities. Monitor and evaluate programs and projects. And last, perform function assigned by the LDC. So, ang Sectoral and Functional Committee, sa overall, sila yung ang gagawa na para sila yung magpapatupad ng isang program na ginawa ng Local Development Council or the LDC. Sila yung mag-assist kung paano ipatupad yung isang program na kanilang ginawa. The Local Planning and Development Office, an organizational structure of the LPDO or the Local Planning and Development Office that is responsible to the multifarious tasks assigned to it, has the following salient features. First is the Local Planning and Development Coordinator, or the LPDC, may be aided by a deputy coordinator who shall coordinate the activities of the three functional divisions to allow the LPDC to attend to external matters and interdepartmental leakage. There will be two staff support services. First is the administrative support and the public information. The administrative support staff serve as the core staff in providing secretariat services to the Local Development Council. The administrative support is involved tasks such as organizing meetings and travel arrangement, responding to inquiries, and implementing office procedures and systems. So these are the function of the LPDO or the Local Planning Development Office. First is to formulate integrated economic, social, physical, and other development plans and policies. Integration means unity and alignment or sectoral plans and policies. There are 5 sectors considered in LGUs. These are the social, economic, environment, infrastructure, and institutional. There are also subsector per sector. For example, in the social sector, the subsector are education, health, social welfare, protective services, parks and recreation, and disaster preparedness and reduction, among other. The Local Government Development Council or the LDC is separate from the local elected council. Sectoral plans originated from approved by Local Development Council. The member of the LDC are the heads of the component LGUs or the provinces, all mayors and provinces or cities or municipalities, all barangay chairman in its territory, representatives of the district or the congressman, and civil society organization which comprise 25% of membership. The LDC approved plans is presented to local elected council for the adoption and approval. The role of the planner is more a facilitator, ensuring the planning process is observed and there is participation and formulation of plan. Second is to conduct continuing studies, research, and training programs necessary to evolve plans and programs for implementation. At present, our city is planning and studying the establishment of a city college and formulation of transport plan and traffic code. The study of the city college will be conducted by the city
while the formulation of transport plan and traffic code will be outsourced to planner specializing in transport management. Third is to integrate and coordinate all sectoral plan and studies undertaken by the different functional group or agencies. There are several plans and studies at the different levels that need to be integrated in the local level. Example are the Sustainable Development Goals at the global level, Philippine Development Plan, and Ambition natin 2040 at the national level, plans of national or sectoral government agency, local plans of the higher level, LGU or the province, and local plans of component or lower level LGUs or the barangays. The role of the planner is to make sure that their plan is aligned to other major plans. Fourth is to monitor and evaluate the implementation of the different development programs, projects, and activities in local government unit concerned in accordance with the approved development plan. The LGU allocates a certain percentage of its annual budget to its annual development fund. These are capital outlay projects, mostly infrastructure, that should be implemented in a given year. The role of a planner is to monitor and evaluate the implementation of these projects. Fifth is to prepare comprehensive plans and other development planning documents for the consideration of the Local Development Council. There are two major plans in LGU. These are the Comprehensive Development Plan or the CDP and the Comprehensive Local Use Plan or the CLUP. The CDP is integrated sectoral plan with the planning period of 3 to 4 years. The CDP has a local development investment program or plan where projects are sourced out and budgeted. The CLUP is a long-term land use plan with a planning period of 9 years. The CLUP is implemented through the zoning ordinance. The zoning ordinance guides the development of different land areas in LGU. The role of the planner is to ensure that the LGU has these two plans. The planner should also make sure that the plans are aligned with other plans and that at most stakeholder participation is observed in formulation of the plan. 6 is to analyze the income and expenditure patterns and formulate and recommend fiscal plans and policies for consideration of the Finance Committee of the local government unit. The Local Finance Committee is composed of the local planning and development coordinator. The Local Finance Committee provides advice to elected officials on the financial status of the LGU. The planner, together with the Local Development Council or the LDC, formulates and approves the Annual Investment Plan or the AIP. The AIP is the basis of annual budget. Only programs, projects, and activities included in the AIP are allowed to have an allocated budget to be implemented. 7 is to promote people participation in development planning within the local government unit concerned. The Local Development Council has 25% membership from non-government or civil society organization. This ensures that the stakeholders other than government actors are included in the development of local plans. The plans that are office facilitated recently are the Ecotourism People's Park Conceptual Plan and the Bike Lane and Pedestrian Conceptual Plan. Both underwent a series of public consultation with stakeholders. 8 is to exercise supervision and control over the Secretariat of the Local Development Council. The Office of the Local Planner provides the administrative work of the Council. Secretariat function include coordination with all the members, settings of agenda, formulation of minutes and resolution, and others. The local planner should always be ready. The Office of the Local Planning and Development Coordinator should be composed of teams that are fast learner, dedicated, resilient, and thrive on a fast-paced environment. Being a local planner is both daunting and rewarding. Daunting because of the diverse rules and responsibilities, rewarding because the planner is the opportunity to personally see and feel the output and outcome of their local plans. LPDO grouping of function. First is information management. This combined function B and D, which is conduct continuing studies, research, and training programs, and monitor, evaluate the implementation of the different development programs, projects, and activities. It involves generation, processing, storage, and retrieval of sectoral planning information. Second is the comprehensive and multi-sectoral planning. This function puts together function A, C, and E, which is formulate integrated economic, social, physical, and other development plans and policies, prepare comprehensive development plans and other development planning documents, and integrate and coordinate all sectoral plans and studies. Third is the investment programming. This combine function C and F, which is integrate and coordinate all sectoral plans and studies, and analyze the income and expenditure patterns, and formulate and recommend fiscal plans and policies. This involves calling out programs and projects from the different sectoral plans of the CDP, which are of local ownership and responsibility to be included in the 3-year LDIP and the AIP. Number 4 is the public participation promotion, listed as a function G, which is promote people participation in development planning. This requires of the LPDO effective skills in organizing and coordinating public consultation, seminars, workshop, and other modes of involving the different sectors of society in all stages of planning process. Last is Secretariat services to the LDC. This function H, and it involves keeping minutes and records, setting agenda, and related matters pertaining to the activities of the Local Development Council. So the function H is exercise supervision and control over the Secretariat of the LDC. Note, except for function E above, the other functions of the LPDO are covered by the functions of the sectoral committees within the LDC. Non-government sector participation. The Local Government Code explicitly directs LGUs to promote the establishment and operation of people and non-governmental organizations as active partners in the pursuit of local autonomy, Section 34. The Code further encourages LGUs to provide assistance, financial or otherwise, to POs or NGOs that seek to undertake projects that are economic, socially oriented, environmental, or cultural in character, Section 36. Moreover, LGUs are enjoined to enter into joint venture and similar cooperative arrangement within them. Such joint may be for the delivery of basic services, capability, building, and livelihood projects. This joint venture may also include the development of local enterprises designed to improve productivity and incomes, diversity agriculture, sport rural industrialization, promote ecological balance, and promote the economic and social well-being of the people. Section 35. So the non-government or the NGOs play an important role in global social development. This is to facilitate achievement in human development as measured by the UN Human Development Index or the HDI. One of the major strengths of NGOs is their ability to maintain institutional independence and political neutrality. NGO activities or contribution include but are not limited to environmental, social, advocacy, and human rights work. They can work to promote social and political change on a broad scale or very locally. NGOs plays a critical part in developing society, improving communities, and promoting citizen participation. That's why NGOs is very important because NGOs help democracy work properly. They do this by making it easier for people to get information about how their country is being run, helping the public communicate with politicians, and making sure that governments do not abuse their powers. And also, NGOs help community by taking up and execute projects to promote welfare of the community they work with. They work to address various concerns and issues prevailing within the society. NGOs are run on donation made by individuals, corporate, and institutions. So, in overall conclusion about the topic, the local planning structure, planning is very important in all aspects because planning is supposed to be an integral function which is kailangan natin pagplanuhan ang mga project na ipapatupad or programs para malaman natin kung ano ang magiging effect nito sa community and for the whole local and also for the whole locality. So, it is also the process of thinking about the activities required to achieve a desired goal. It is the first and foremost activity to achieve desired result. It involves the creation and maintenance of a plan, such as psychological aspects that require conceptual skills. The primary purpose of planning is to create universal buy-in and understanding of the objectives and to put operational processes in place to guide the organization towards their achievement. That's why planning is required for all organization and also for every level of organization. Therefore, planning is prerequisite of effective management. Then the local planning structure have two components. This is the political components and the technical component. The local planning structure is the organizational structure of the local government focusing on the planning function, the fiscal resources, and management of the local government unit or the LGU, the development orientation of the local legislative body, and public or private participation in the selected development initiatives. The political component comprises mainly the local sanggunian and the LDC. These two bodies lay down policy guideline, and take decision regarding the direction, character, and objective of local development. They do this in their capacity as elected representatives of the people. In a very real sense, they are the true planners of the city, municipality, and or province. The technical component, on the other hand, consists of non-elective officials of the LGU, heads of national agencies and agencies operating in the area and non-government sector. So that's all the end of our topic about the local planning structure. Thank you.